Welcome back, folks, to Age of Lemuria. What game session is this? What, 5? Game session 5? Yes. Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Missed 5 sessions.
We're already 5 in. Alright.
Yep.
I am your Master of Ceremony, your DM. I am Lord Lucan. Check me out below. Buy my books. You like fantasy, you like dragons, you like roars. You'll like these books. I'm still working on my puppet. I wanted it done last November, but that didn't happen, so I'm still working on it. The mechanical devices for the eyebrows are... But anyways, moving on. Uno, what's up, man? What's up?
Hello, my name is Uno. I'm back once again.
Welcome back.
Can the real Uno please stand up? You can find me on Twitter at _Unotus. But other than that, I just play D&D. That's all I got.
And college. Don't forget college.
Oh yeah, I do university work sometimes. Like, I make video games. Hi.
All right, Hunk Papa, what's going on? What's up with you?
Hello, I am Hunk Papa, also known as Jesse Zelif. I'm a professional dungeon master and author. You can find some of my works on the DM's Guild soon. My modules are still stuck behind some backlogs from my publisher, trying to get some fancy formatting done, trying to make it look good. And that's about it.
I look forward to that. I actually want to see that. I want to actually read up on that.
I think I can probably run some of the module for some of you guys soon. I can't release some of the content, but I can run what the content is for you, and you can experience the adventure.
No, run it all. They'll give it all out. PDF file and everything. Just play.
Sounds
Just
good.
play.
2 professional authors. I'm just here like,
Step up your game, Uno.
all right.
Step up your game, bro.
I need to write some books. Okay.
Get published.
Yeah.
Get published. Okay. So we get a dark screen, right? And we get a scene cutting over the maps of Lemuria. So if you open up your journals and check the maps, you should have information in regards to everything and refresher. What happened last time, Hunk Papa? Do you remember what happened?
Adric finally made it to Fort. I have it written down here. Fort Malgrave. But things didn't quite go as he had planned. He was accepted in and signed a contract to work with the human kingdoms for 3 months. But in his attempt to try and win their favor, he went a little overboard, not realizing and misjudging the situation, and he has been deemed insane by the human empire. He was sent out to try and investigate and stop a knoll encampment in the nearby area. However, when he arrived, he discovered that it was not one encampment, but 3 or more that are gathering for a war march across the Golden Plains. Clearly in over his head, he paused for a moment to think about what he should do next.
This is where we get a scene of like a aerial shot over the encampment, and you see a whole bunch of critters. You see dire wolves, and then their handlers like petting them affectionately. You also see this mountainous mound of earth just, and it seems to be following an individual, some sort of shamanist. She's currently doing a firework display and show. We don't know or see what's happening because the characters don't see. And then you see like this knoll dressed in iron armor. It looks shabby and worn, but it's like fully functional. He's backed up by 2 knoll braves who are clearly following their leader. And in the side, you see this shadowy figure, clearly a knoll, but his like hood's covering his features, and you can't see his face. These are clearly the leaders, and no one is following this strange cloaked figure. But they do seem to be following the shaman and this war chief. This is where we cut upwards, and we're like panning up. We see like this rocky outcrop, and we see like this little head peeking out over it. This little head. Adric, who is a dwarf, who's observing this scene. Shrew, our new character, is currently sneaking up on poor Adric. Go ahead and roll me a stealth roll and attempt to beat his passive.
Roll higher than a 15.
All right, I'll do that. How do I?
He's a sneaky rogue.
Is he though?
Yeah, is he though?
Hang on, let me just get up.
Is he?
I mean, you just told the random character
I
to
don't
roll
know how
stealth.
sneaky I am.
Could be a disadvantage.
You are clearly observing this
Hang on. I got
scene
70
before you.
tabs.
You are not watching what's happening behind you.
Will this new character ruin everything? Find out in just a few moments.
No.
How's that?
That's baller right there. Shrew. Shrew, you've been observing this knoll encampment for quite some time, and you have been quite aware of the situation. You saw this figure like creep out of the Golden Plains, and he is strange to you, right? You've never seen this individual. Go ahead and roll me a knowledge nature to like understand what he
Nature.
is. Yeah, he's very natural. Definitely a nature roll.
I have plus 0.
This looks like some
That seems about right.
deformed, freaky ass human. You don't know. Like you've seen weird humans before, right?
Makes
This is
sense.
just a weird ass human too. What do you do, Shrew, as you are right near this warband? And go ahead and place yourself in the red box.
All right. I haven't made myself a counter yet, but I will update it, hopefully.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Adric, you are unaware that you are being observed. So we get this observing screenshot, right? So it's like
So is he observing Adric?
he was
Or is he-
observing the camp, right? He was watching the camp and he noticed you sneak by. You did not notice him, unfortunately, but he did notice you.
All right.
What do you do, Shrew?
Can I sort of lean close and be like, Psst, hey, Nicolo. You
Are
do
you
that,
breaking
friend?
stealth? Are you breaking stealth? That's
I'm
my
breaking-
question.
Like, not with the encampment, but
Right.
with Adric.
Adric, from your, I don't know, how are you approaching him?
With my back to the rock outcropping, sort of with an arm outstretched to gesture sort of peace, but with one hand on the side with a dagger.
Unexpectedly, a hand reaches out and grabs you, Adric. You were not aware of this, by the way. Just like, what?
He, startled, pulls out his warhammer and turns to look at this figure. What does he see?
Describe yourself, Shrew.
Sure, Shrew is a shrewd figure with dark hair and heavily accented features, wearing a dark clothing and a sash with various weapons and medical equipment tied to him.
Is he human?
He is human. Superhuman.
Great. Another one.
There's a lot of them.
Be quiet, lad, or you may ruin our vantage point. Have you been sent to the fort?
Well, describe yourself, Adric. What does Shrew see as you turn to look at him?
He sees a small, very old-looking human. He's got a few metal plates pierced into his forehead. He's got a long white beard. He's got light gray skin and dark eyes. He's wearing a heavy bison cloak over him. Lad, who sent you and what are you here for? This is no time for me to be babysitting any more of you.
Oh, okay. Listen, no one sent me. I just happened to be going through this passage and I thought you might be in trouble. I was wondering if you're okay. You seem to be about to throw yourself as a soldier against a great many kobolds. It doesn't seem very wise.
Gnolls. These are gnolls.
Oh, gnolls. Sorry.
So gnolls, the creatures that you're looking at, are very much dog-like. They're not savage in any sense. They're wearing like loincloth and leather armor. They have spears. Think of like Native American traditional garb. So they got like war paint on and feathers in their hair. You see like a camp and teepees. You see several huts with hides currently stretched out on them. These seem to be the local denizens of the Golden Plains, which you are currently located.
Adric's going to, I guess, insight this human, since he just appeared out of nowhere and doesn't really seem to know what he's talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Usually my characters know what they're talking about.
He seems to be as lost as you, Adric.
I will say he probably bears the resemblance of maybe like brigands or something. Or like a smuggler traveling through the mountain with a 20.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah. Hold on.
I mean, all humans look like of ill repute.
They do.
Yeah, I mean, all humans do.
They do. Did Captain Brute send you?
I do not know who this is.
Roll me knowledge, local, no, knowledge. What would this be? Knowledge.
Probably a history check.
Sure, we'll go with history. I don't know why I would, but maybe more. Never heard of him.
I do not know who that is.
Never heard of him.
Listen,
There's a lot of humans.
I've been on the road long time. Okay.
Maybe Adric's starting to think you all know each other. Maybe he's getting that kind of racism where he just assumes all humans know each other.
We all know each other? Yeah.
Adric sighs. We need to get back to the fort and warn the canonists. I suggest we make our retreat now before they notice us.
I mean, it sounds easy for me, but you might be a bit. Are you wearing like heavy armor?
No, he's wearing medium armor. And I mean, you can't see much past his cloak, but he's not wearing like large protruding armor.
Okay. There's a fort near here. Maybe I should go check it out.
So if you open up your inventory, Shrew, you are aware of the help wanted ad. You're also aware of the wanted poster for a wizard. So if you read the help wanted ad, there's a fort that you need to go to in order to receive, I think it's 100 gold.
Ooh, I like the sound of this.
Yeah, 300 for
For
3 months pay.
of,
Yep.
3 months of service.
So what is your guys' goal here? Are you guys retreating?
Adric's goal is to retreat and book it back to the fort to warn the canoness of the approaching attack. He does still have a contract to them, so he doesn't feel like he can necessarily stand up to all of this, but he can warn the canoness and they can escape before the Knoll tribe warband reaches the fort. He believes that the fort is the target.
Okay. Are you moving from this position? I question.
He will stealthily move back the way he came in.
Excellent.
Can Shrew like help cover their tracks or anything?
First, you have to roll a stealth as well as you're both leaving.
Okay, let's
I
hope
mean,
this
it's
goes
fair,
well.
right? As soon as you move, yep, Adrix, you're good. True.
All right, let's see.
It's
if
almost like he knows what he's doing.
Excellent. Excellent. We head back over to the overland map. All right.
Lad, are you any good above land?
Oh, that damn survival rolls.
Adric is asking Shrew, is he any good at navigating?
Oh yeah, sure, I can navigate. Can you?
Adric has a +2. Do you have any better than a +2?
Nah, I got +2, baby. I could assist maybe by being a scout.
You can help. Remember, don't forget the help action.
I would like to help by being
Tell me how you're helping.
eyes and ears out on the vanguard of this particular group.
Excellent. Sounds good to me.
Oh, everything is... I didn't realize before. Everything is so close together. This is going to be tight.
Everything's close together.
It doesn't feel like that when you're stuck wandering around for days with no destination and weeks. It doesn't feel like everything is close together.
It's almost been an entire month, by the way. It's almost been an entire month since you started this journey. It's like stuff happens in this world if you just wander around. It doesn't require you to do anything.
So Adric will give it a shot.
Sure.
19.
Excellent. Go ahead and place yourself.
So I can't see anything. It's just a black screen for me. Oh wait, no.
So yeah, if you go to the
scroll
middle,
down. It's
Yeah, you gotta zoom out, yeah.
you are the
I found
skull.
Yep.
Party of adventurers.
So we moved one, and then...
I assume you're resting, or are you going to force march?
This is important. Adric's going to suggest we force march. He's got to try to outrun 3 tribes of gnolls to get here.
You knew that they were encamped. They were not getting ready to move.
Right.
It is still raining.
forced march.
By the way, it is still
It
raining.
is.
Yep.
Okay.
Adric didn't get the feeling that they were on the move yet.
No. You think that they might be still waiting for more.
Okay.
Although you're not quite sure because your rolls sucked balls.
They did.
Shrew. Do you speak knoll? That's a good question.
Sorry, could you ask that again?
Do you speak knoll?
I do not speak knoll.
I need you to roll me 1 insight since you were there as well. See if you got any information to add.
I got so much insight, Peppy.
That's really
Insight for
pretty
days.
good. You're aware that there are 2 tribes that are currently there. You're also aware that there is a third party, but it doesn't appear to be a tribe of any sorts or anything that you recognize. One was the Blood Moon tribe, and the other one was, let me check real quick. Twin Moon tribe.
The Twin Tribe?
Twin Moon.
Twin Moon, gotcha.
So the Blood Moon and the Twin Moon.
Interesting. So,
Force
Brent, I don't think I got your name.
The name's Adric.
You a soldier or something?
Or something, lad.
Okay. Bit far away from home, eh?
I suppose it depends on what you call a home. I have business in the area, and I imagine you will soon too.
Yes, I suppose you do. I didn't mean to pry.
Adric will go about making camp then, and he'll just keep a wary eye on this newcomer who just randomly showed up and decided to follow him.
Shrew will do some cooking because he's got proficiency in cook tools. You want some stew, friend?
That night, I want you both to make me perceptions.
I make good stew. Just for you, my friend.
Adric's pretty on edge.
Adric, you notice that Fort Malgrave is burning.
The best stew. Yeah, and Shrew's back is just turned to the smoke.
Oh, you both see this. Currently,
stew, lad. We need to go.
Currently, the fort is under attack.
No one ever eats my stew. It's a shame.
Adric starts to run towards the fort.
Excellent. I mean, you guys are still a long ways off. Are you guys pushing yourselves?
Adric will push himself.
How many miles away are we?
You are currently about, let's see
Like
here.
another day's travel.
Yeah.
Adric will share that's your paycheck going up in flames.
Is this your fort? Is it supposed to be on fire?
Lad, it's not my fort, but they're the ones who are submitting those help wanted ads. If you're wanting any kind of pay, you'd want that fire to be out.
That's okay. I wasn't planning to do any of the, the hard work myself. You know what I'm saying?
Adric just sighs as he starts running off into the...
Roll me another survival roll as you travel through the night.
Why are we running?
Take a level of exhaustion as you push yourselves beyond your limits.
Yep.
Jeez.
Oh no.
Why am I running?
Yes, excellent. So, on the way there, you guys are sprinting, right?
Sure, I'll sprint after the dwarf.
Interesting.
Small old human.
Yep.
didn't
You
mean to
guys
be
are making
twisted.
good timing. However, you have an encounter before you get there.
Let's go. Ready to fight. What is my accent? It's always changing.
Oh, well, that's not so bad.
Is it another zombie and a ghoul? Because that's what you said about that last encounter. It's not so bad.
Oh, that's not so bad. That's not.
But
so bad.
I mean, your incredibly high encounter with the 3 scorpions weren't so bad,
that's
and those
no
were supposed
problem.
to be crit failures.
No problem. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's no problem whatsoever. Oh, come on, man. Don't be that way. Oh, there it is, right there. As you're running, right, through the endless, through the Golden Plains, you get into this gully and place yourselves anywhere you like right here, as you guys are booking it across.
Are you guys
Oh.
on a different map to me?
You
Or
should
am I
be able to see
frozen?
it.
I'm gonna refresh my roll 20.
Yeah, you look like you're losing your connection to roll 20.
Yeah, go ahead and refresh. It's a map change. We got a map change.
Well, and your video's blacked out.
Video's
Yeah.
good for me.
That's fine. I'll refresh.
Yeah, go
You
ahead,
guys
refresh.
place yourselves.
While we're waiting for him to come back, Adric, go ahead and roll me a perception.
This is a disadvantage now because
yes,
we
it
force
is.
marched.
Yep.
Hey,
That's still
he's
good
still pretty
enough.
alert. He's looking for ambushes now.
Excellent. You do see it.
You see it. Okay, always a good sign.
Up on the hill, you see a tiger. It seems to be sitting in wait. Like creatures seem to be running through this place all the time. And you see a saber-toothed tiger currently up above, right, on the rock cliff, waiting for you guys to pass. And he will pounce. You notice this. You see this.
Adric kind of smiles to himself as he slows down a little bit, letting Shrew pass him.
Oh no! Shrew, you need
Are we stopping?
Perception.
He's slow. So you notice for an old human, he doesn't move very fast. So you will easily keep up with him, and he's slowing down a little bit, so you start to pass him.
Shrew, you need to roll me a perception roll.
I need to roll a perception. Okay, hang on. I think I'm in. All right, I'm in, boys. I'm gonna do some rolls.
Okay, I'm going to
I'm gonna
refresh
find
as
some
well.
tigers today. I'm gonna roll 1d20. Come on, where's my character sheet? My internet connection is very slow today. I apologize.
Oh, no worries. No worries.
Okay, so I have.
So, seeing this, Adric is thinking to himself that he should see this newcomer keeps following him for no real reason. He's going to try to
You have disadvantage.
see.
Because you
Can I just use my passive perception?
You fail.
Passive perception's got -5 because you have disadvantage. So you have a passive of 11.
Trust me, you want to roll.
Okay, I'll roll.
There you go.
Alright. It's +6, I think. Should be. Yeah.
Oh.
Those are some high stats for a level 1.
Hey, I'm a rogue, man. What are you gonna do about it?
Rogues are badass, you have to admit. Adric, not Adric, Shrew, you don't see the big ass kitty as you're moving on. However, Adric does see this big ass kitty. What would you like to do?
You wanna face it alone? Okay.
No, Adric will pull out his warhammer after Shrew passes him and doesn't notice.
Yep.
And he will slowly follow behind Shrew. He wants to see what this kid's made out of. What this kid's made of, if he can handle himself or not.
Okay.
Okay.
That's.
I mean, this kid is just randomly following him. Doesn't seem to know why he's doing it.
You didn't ask. You didn't. You were just like, okay, follow me.
This reminds me so much of Adric and the little halfling. Like, oh, well, I'll just see what happens.
Okay.
What?
Oh, go back and watch the slave episode.
Oh, geez, not the slave episode.
That
Oh,
was
you mean
all types of horrible.
Okay. So
Last seasons.
Yes, last season's. This reminds me so much of
last
that.
season means. So yeah, I'm gonna say Adron a lot just because I keep getting them mixed up. Just for the record.
True. Get used to it.
Uh,
Get used to it.
I roll 20. Why would you do this to me? Can I just keep running?
Okay. Would you like me to place your character?
That'd be great.
Okay.
I imagine it shouldn't be that complicated if I'm not aware of a tiger being around.
Okay. We'll keep you going then. Oh, you're going to step back?
He's gonna leave some distance, but he's gonna follow behind. But you can clearly see he's got his shield out now and his warhammer out. He knows what's coming, but he doesn't say anything.
You do notice this. Like, he's not hiding him getting out his weapon and shield. What do you do, Shrew? As you're, like, noticing this...
So I see him draw his warhammer at me, basically.
Kind of.
I will stop running and be like, look at him.
Excellent. Because as you stop and turn to look at him, right? This is like a normal tiger thing, right? Whenever like somebody turns their back on a tiger, that's when they attack, right?
Good.
So
I'm
as
glad.
you stop,
the bait.
we see this like massive tiger leap from the leap from the rocks and pounce upon you. It attempts to eat your face.
Oh no! Don't do this.
Oh yes, it does do this.
I'm Shrew.
Okay, it makes 2 attacks. Interesting.
Yeesh.
And both
Level
hits.
1 character. Oh, great. Well, it was fun playing with you guys. But
It was fun. And then what does it have? It has a bite. It can now bite now. What the fuck? Yeah, it can now bite now. And then it's got an extra bite. And that lands too. Holy shits. Oh my gosh.
So
Don't
my
insta-kill
character
him.
only has 10
Everything's
hit
fine if you don't insta-kill him.
Well, we'll see.
Don't do 20 points of damage.
Okay, alright. That's one. So the bite hits you for
This is just a guy who wanted to make some
5, 6,
stew.
7,
He's just-
8 points of damage.
Ah, the tiger!
That's a big freaking tiger. Here's the first claw. You take another 8 points of damage.
Alright, I'm dead.
He's
I'm
unconscious.
either. Just gets swollen.
Take 4 points of damage.
Well, he's dead.
So that's
Really?
a failed. I'd get 1 failed saving.
Oh, wait,
throw
no, yeah, it's
for
not-
taking damage.
Yeah.
Right.
So
it's
he
just a
falls
failed saving
unconscious.
throw.
So it's a bite, right? He's still up.
Right.
He takes
It's
a
not
swipe.
it's not 20 in one hit. That's
Right.
right. It's broken up.
And then now he takes another hit. And now he's
Right.
he's literally got save or die on him. And now we
Right.
can roll initiative. Okay. Interesting.
Good thing. Good
Cool.
thing
Being
Adric
level 1
thrives.
character is so much fun.
Yay!
Oh, don't sweat it. Adric, this is where he thrives, is when his companions are on the brink of death.
Is that right? Is that how that works?
I mean, it is. Like, literally, that's the whole point of the class. He thrives when his companions are almost dead.
You're going to roll that sweet, sweet initiative. Oh, that's good. That's good, because it would have gone after
Leader, I
the
think,
next.
don't I? The 22.
Did you roll?
He rolled a long time ago. He kind
I
of
did
jumped the
roll.
gun. He jumped the gun and rolled it
I'm
before
so
he rolled
sorry.
the. So he did get a 22 on his initiative, but he rolled it before the lion attack.
Okay, so 22? Are you serious? Oh, well, I guess you're up 1st.
Mhm.
It would have been better for you to re-roll that. Let Adric go first. But Let's see if you die.
Hey, I always keep the earliest roll. Okay, I'm gonna roll my death saving throw. Let's hope I don't roll a natural one, otherwise this will be a short campaign.
Oh my god! True.
Adric still has to wait for you to die.
Amazing!
No, it's an automatic success. You gain 1 hit point, and it's the start of your turn.
Oh, what? Hey, it's the start of my turn?
It is the
you get 1 hit point.
You...
Yes, you get your
I'm
turn.
gonna
You
disengage.
have 1 hit point. You're on the ground, so you have to get up.
Disengage. Run away.
So you only have a... Keep track of how much
15
movement you
feet.
have, though.
Amazing.
Yeah, I've only got 15 feet because I'm only level 1 Bappy. But I also can't move my character, so...
You should.
Lucan, could you move my character
I will give you control over it. Let's see here. You should be able to get
behind the paladin, please? I can't control the Roll20, it's just completely lost its mind.
Okay, are you standing up? Right, that's half your movement, and then you're moving 15. Disengaging.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Disengage, move towards the paladin, please.
Paladin.
He's no
What
paladin.
makes you think that I'm a paladin because I have a shield and a warhammer?
Disappointed.
You
Adrian.
look like a paladin, what can I
Adric's
say?
a paladin because he has a shield.
Adric, you are up.
These humans.
Silly humans.
You're basically an inquisitor, right? That's your thing. I don't question inquisitors, I just follow orders.
Adric laughs as he steps forward.
You have a strange sense of humor.
And he will attack.
Excellent. That hits. For 10 points. It hisses as you land a solid blow on it. It is its turn. It turns to face you. And attempts to swipe at you. Whoosh, whoosh. Double swipes. Okay, it's 19. Does a 19 hit you?
A 19 will hit.
So it's a claw. Oof. Take 13 points of damage as it swipes. Whoosh. Oh, 11 points. 11 points, my bad. 11 points. It's not spite. Yeah. It seems to be like this big old kitty's coming to get you guys. Shrew. Some bad stuff's happening, man. Bad stuff's happening.
You notice as the claw digs into Adric, he doesn't seem to even flinch as it draws blood.
I mean, I wish we could all be, deformed humans, but hey,
Why can't we all be high-level deformed humans?
Adric is going to heal himself
Excellent.
using his feet. As an
You mean Shrew?
he is a healer by trade.
Right, you
He's
mean
gonna
Shrew
patch
though.
himself up.
Because
Sorry?
you guys keep saying Adric does this. Adric does that. You mean Shrew
Oh,
does
so-
this.
True. That's true.
I'm so used to Adron.
Yep.
I'm just still getting used to this new character. I'm so sorry.
True.
I'm going to roll.
That's okay.
It's 1d6 plus 4 plus additional hit points equal to my maximum number of hit dice, so plus 1. And this is how many hit points I get. I'm at full health.
Awesome.
Just
Adric.
quickly bandage.
You are up.
Adric looks over his shoulder and just shakes his head and sighs as he sees this young child to him quickly trying to put a band-aid over his small wound.
It's just a light wound.
Who are you calling a
It's
child?
a light wound. It barely Barely hurt you.
Adric turns back to this tiger. How is it looking after that one hit? Does it seem like you could take quite a bit more of those?
Oh, yes. Very much so. The tiger just like, bonk. It shakes its head and still is pissed that its food got away. Super pissed. It roars at you in anger.
Adric kind of blacks out for a millisecond. He sees visions of portals deep underground releasing demonic horrors. Then he sees visions of dark elves and spiders overrunning a small encampment. Then it cuts back to Adric as his eyes turn black as he starts to rage.
Excellent. Roll a die 3.
What's going on here?
Interesting.
You see smoke starts to rise up from underneath his armor as Adric just starts to become very angry.
Wisps of smoke seem to emanate off of him, but I'm sure that's just the cool air kissing Adric's skin. Adric, a form appears before you as a misty being appears. You recognize this as one of your ancestors. Tell me about this ancestor of yours.
Let's see here. That looks like a vaultsmith. This particular vaultsmith is clad in full armor with some strange apparatus around his hands. Adric remembers hearing stories of Doran vaultsmith. He was a great forger and masoner from his past, from Adric's ancestors. He was known for creating great dwarven fortresses throughout the land, but he was especially known for his prisons. He was able to build such strong structures that could keep the enemies of the dwarves captive for centuries.
It says something to you, Adric, but you cannot hear it. It is still your turn.
He is going to attack this tiger. He's not going to attack with reckless abandon. He knows the dangers of this tiger and that he's got another human to babysit close by.
Hey, who are you calling babysit, huh?
That hits. Awesome, solid damage. 9 points. The tiger, enraged, it's because of the mist coming off of you, its hair begins to stand up on the back, and it's like, and it hisses at you as it tries to once again swipe at you. Yeah. One hits, but I believe something happens, correct?
No.
Disadvantage? No.
It has disadvantage against other people. Technically, nothing happens against me.
Okay,
He's fine
excellent.
to keep attacking me. It makes it so that he only attacks me.
You take solid 8 points of damage. Non-magical. It just like slashes and hacks at you, and it just...
Shrew, you notice as this next claw tries to tear into Adric, part of the wound turns to smoke, and the wound isn't as deep as it should have been.
Okay. Some sort of heresy going on over
Oh,
here.
serious heresy. Yeah, this is some crazy shit that you're seeing right here. He's going ape shit crazy, like you notice him bulking out like crazy looking. It is your turn.
She's crazy, deformed, half human
who's
people.
smoking with the wispy. Yep.
Okay, so this tiger, am I within 20 feet of it?
You are, yes.
Okay, I would like to. Shrew will reach into his satchel and toss a surgeon's scalpel at the tiger. It's taking the form as a dagger.
Excellent. Toss it.
Do it. And if this hits, it's a sneak attack, I believe.
It is a solid blow.
So that's a.
Did you swift action that? You have to swift action hide.
Sorry?
So like
I'm
one of
not-
your abilities is like you can take.
He could use his cunning action.
Oh,
and
that's
he
right.
could-
I am only a
Yeah.
level 1. I don't have cunning action.
That's right. So yes,
He only gets sneak attack at level 1 and expertise.
excellent. Well, that's sweet, sweet damage.
Alright, here's some damage.
Awesome. Solid blow.
How's this for a baby?
Tell me where you strike
human,
this
huh?
creature.
Well, I mean, this scalpel is basically very sharp, and when he throws it like a dart, it goes between like the jugular up on his chin and catches the lion off guard as it falls to the ground.
The saber-tooth
Presumably.
tiger flinches as this blow solidly lands. Adric, it is your turn.
Seeing the wound, Adric is going to take a chance, and he is going to recklessly attack this, trying to finish it off.
Excellent. That's a solid hit. Just 11 points of damage.
Takes 13 points of
Oh,
damage.
13. Oh,
Yep.
gosh, dude.
That last
Damn.
hit. So he should have taken 2 more then from that last hit too. Because that last hit was 9 from Adric.
2 more. Cool. It's the tiger's turn. Seeing that its sneak attack failed, it disengages and attempts to jump up upon the ledge. We'll try to do an acrobatics to do this. Let's see what its acrobatics is. That's pretty solid. It's +4. Oh, boom. It leaps upon the cliff face. Yeah. Adric, it is your turn as the creature just leaps up from its attacked position. It is now your turn.
Do I get another turn?
It is.
Shrew.
Yes.
He meant shrew.
Shrew.
Oh, sorry.
Shrew. I'm sorry. Shrew. Shrew. Shrew.
I mean, to be honest, Shrew's gonna be fine to let it go unless his dagger hasn't fallen to the ground.
So roll me 50-50 odds. You always get ammunition back 50-50.
Alright. But that was not 50-50. I don't think.
Well,
Let's try again.
Call it.
So
Just roll 1d2.
So I mean, you need to call it. High or
natural
low.
20!
I mean, I'll
won't be
take
high.
that natural 20 and I'll give you your dagger back. But next time you need to call it. All right.
I'm sorry, I was gonna say hi. So he'll go back into the square that it was, presumably,
Yes,
and
yes.
reclaim his dagger.
Correct.
Wipe the blood off it.
Excellent. Adric, you still have an opportunity to go after this creature if you so desire in your rage.
He is going to turn to the ghostly figure and nod and thanks as he calms down. You see the figure disappear as the smoke stops rising from Adric's body, and his eyes turn back to their normal look.
The ghost says something, but you cannot hear it. Let's Tiger's turn. It is out of here, man. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy.
So, Adric, you feeling okay?
Lad, we still need to make it to the fort. It's still burning. Adric just keeps moving.
We're not gonna talk about the ghost?
He just keeps moving.
Just me?
Shrew. You did not see a ghost. However, you did see the wisps. The only person who saw the ghost was Adric.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're not gonna talk about the smoke lines? You need to take a bath, maybe?
Adric just keeps moving. He keeps running towards the fort.
Okay.
Excellent.
Hey, next time maybe shout lion next time, huh? That'd be good.
Adric just kind of shakes his head. He thinks to himself, more babysitting, more children.
So that was right there. Oh, let's see here. It is nighttime when you reach the fort. It is still besieged.
What do we see when we arrive, when we get closer to the scene?
I'll describe it to you. That's not it. Right here, besieged. Yeah, there we go. In the distance, you see fire, and you see bodies running around. People are in a chaotic mess. You see the palisades are currently on fire. You see several figures like climbing over the wagons and trying to get up and over. You see blasts of magic, and yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks dangerous in there. Let's not go there.
Are these humans assaulting the, what is
Roll me a perception.
You need that perception.
Yeah. You see bodies fighting each other. It looks like humans are fighting humans. You don't know what's going on.
Can I roll perception?
Yes, you may.
Because Shrew the Shrewd.
Did I just see a 1? I totally saw one.
You
You
did.
think the gnolls are attacking. The gnolls are clearly attacking the fort. The gnolls somehow outpaced you, went around, and attacked you guys.
Man, scary.
They teleported. I don't know. You're trying to figure it out. You're like, hey, the gnolls are attacking. That's the gnolls. And Adric, you're not quite sure. It looks like humans fighting humans. Yeah.
So this is like your boss? Your boss works here?
Aye, when will you children learn? Aye, we
Who
seek
are
the
you going to?
Are
canoness.
you
You're the
going
one
to
who
go
looks
to
like-
the camp fort?
You're not going in there, are you?
Adric's on fire with these bad decisions, so we're just gonna keep it rolling.
Awesome.
We're just gonna keep it
Wonderful.
rolling.
Should I? I'll come by in the morning, and if you're still alive, I'll wake you up, huh?
So what's happening? What's going on?
Apparently,
I don't know,
Shrew's leaving. Adric is going to go to try and find the
You'll wait
canoness.
outside the burning building and come check in when the fighting's over. That's the Shrew thing to do.
So you're going to hang back, Shrew, and just observe?
Yeah, you have fun, man. You go do your smoky thing. See if.
Okay.
Let me know if you see anyone who needs
So,
bandages. I
Shrew,
can
how
do that.
far off are you going to wait?
Is there a tree I can climb and sort of
There are.
keep
yes.
watch?
Yes, there are.
All right, I'll do that.
Excellent. Adric, as you get closer and closer, the smell of death greets you. It's not humans fighting humans. That's something much, much worse.
Before he gets too close, smelling the scent of death, his eyes are going to glow with a black fire as he opens his eyes and he activates Eyes of the Grave.
Oh no.
He will be able to see any undead creature within... Let me see the range real quick.
It's far. It's far. Yeah.
For some reason, this isn't written on my character sheet. I'll need to fix that.
Okay. So go ahead and push
so-
yourselves.
Yeah, let me
I
place
hope you
you.
look. Okay. Let me know if you need any help. I ain't going in there. I'm a level 1.
So, Eyes of the Grave. At first level, you gain the ability to sense the presence of the undead,
Yes.
whose existence is an insult to the natural cycle of life.
Yes.
As an action, you can open your awareness to magically detect undead.
Yes.
Till the end of your next turn, you know the location of any undead within 60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover and isn't protected from divination magic.
Yes.
This sense does not tell you anything about the creature's capabilities or identities. You can use this a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, etc., etc.
Excellent.
So I can see any undead within 60 feet of me, and I know that they are undead.
We're a mile off. You can't see them, but you can smell them. Are you getting closer? That's a good question.
Yeah, well, if he was a mile off, he would have waited. He would have known what he was coming into. He would have had his holy symbol ready, and he would have gotten within 60 feet, I suppose, and then activated his ability.
The dead are here. You know that. This is the plague.
Does he see any sign that the canoness
Oh,
might
you
be
still
dead
see
or
fighting
faithful?
inside, yes. It seems like some of the shambling creatures are still attempting to assault the fort.
Okay, he's going
Glad I didn't go
to.
there.
He's going to
Go ahead
sigh.
and place yourself, Shrew. You are... How far off are you?
Apparently, he's miles
I'd
away.
say he.
Probably
I'd say he's within the mile. So like,
Okay, alright.
he can see from a distance. Just go eat some stew.
Do you have any longbows or any ranged attacks?
He's basically
Oh, no,
sitting this
man.
one out.
Okay,
He's not helping at all with this.
interesting.
I'm a doctor, not a.
I'm a
fighter.
doctor, damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a fighter. Yes, you can clearly see that this is the plague. Oh, true. The masses of undead have approached.
I ain't going to no plague land. You crazy?
This is not the Black Marshes, by the way. This is the Golden Plains.
Oh man, those black marshes.
What do you do?
Smite undead.
That is a possibility. Yes, you could smite undead. This music.
Just gonna eat the stew, man.
This music needs to turn down. It's intense.
It's not my problem.
It's not my problem.
Who left these undead here? Not my
Adric, what are you
problem.
doing?
Adric is rolling initiative.
Awesome. Go ahead and roll it.
Okay. You go for it, Adric. I'll just hang here.
With the roll 3. Alright, yeah. Pretty much just ones. Yeah, that's pretty terrible. Okay. This one's at a 5. This one's at 15. This one's at a 1. Oh, at a 5. There you go. Awesome. Adric, As you approach the encampment, this creature seems to be attacking someone that you recognize. This seems to be Mud Skipper, who is currently like casting spells and blocking it. Yeah, it attempts to attack her with this fist. And a solid blow lands. Interesting. She screams out in pain as this massive fist just... Adric, you're up.
He is going to start by casting protection from good and evil on himself.
Excellent.
As he runs forward into the thick of it.
Cool.
This is about as thick of it as he can get with his short little dwarven legs.
Hey, Uno, I think you're typing. Can you mute yourself? We can hear you typing, so. The zombie still engaged with her. Attempts to swipe at her again. Oh, shit.
She did.
Well, you can give them saving throws, and Adric can save them. He does have an ability to stop them from dying.
She falls unconscious.
Oh boy.
As this...
oh no, that was a doctor.
She's been fighting for quite some time, right? And these zombies just seem to be like crawling up on her, and she's like screaming as these creatures are crawling up on her. This creature, seeing you come up and just tries to and fight you. A big fist comes down upon you. I think it needs to make...
It has disadvantage on the attack roll.
Okay, so it missed... I mean, yeah, good thing it did. Let's see here. Zombies' turn. They're going to go. Seeing fresh meat. 1, 2, 3. Adric, it is your turn.
He is going to bonus action, spare the dying. He's going to use his Circle of Mortality feature that comes with him that he can use unlimited times. So he can use this within 30 feet, any creature within 30 feet that he is aware of. They are stable. They do not need to make any sort of saving throws. They are kept from death's door for a little while longer. And then for his action, he is going to bring his Warhammer down on this one in front of him.
Excellent. Make an attack. It hits. Tell me how to destroy this creature.
Sorry, it was just a 9, no rage.
Oh, you're not raging? Okay.
No, that was just a 9.
That still hits.
If it still destroys him, he's just going to bring the hammer across the side of the skull and turn his focus onto the next one.
However, it continues to wiggle.
Undead man. Get some holy water.
It appears to be unconscious on the ground, but it is not done yet. Zombie, seeing fresh meat, turns and attacks you with disadvantage. Oh, what's with all these 20s, man? The next zombie attempts to attack you with a disadvantage. Oh, that's going to be close. What's its ability to hit? +3. Does a 17 hit?
It does.
Yeah. Take a solid... Oh, no, not that. Take 4 points of damage as this creature just slams you with its fist. It is your turn, Adric, as these creatures seem to still be struggling against the living. This one continues to squirm, even despite being beheaded. Oh no! Oh no!
He got bitten.
No, the spell drops.
Fizzles. You dark gods.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were becoming a zombie.
Nope.
So he is going to. He's going to have to recast for his action.
Protection from good and evil, a wise decision. As it is the zombie's turn.
I don't think he has any other bonus actions he can take right now.
It misses. Next zombie. Misses. Oh my god, what is up with all these natural 20s happening? And misses. They just start swarming you, Adric. You are surprised that the defenders have held this long. Adric, it is your turn. The one continues his... Oh, well, cancel that last one. This one stands back up.
The one that stands back up, he's going to try to Sacred Flame.
Excellent. That
Needs to
hits.
give me... so, it takes 12 radiant damage.
Tell me how you
he's
kill
stopping
this creature.
As he holds up his holy symbol, black flame comes down from the heavens and engulfs the creature as he turns to the next.
Shrew, as you're watching this, is that you?
Yep, I'm still here. Hello.
Okay. I was just hearing like this running sound. This. You see.
Wait, I hear something?
Your character Shrew sees like this black flame being emitted by Adric. It's the zombie's turn.
Oof. I'm gonna eat some more popcorn from my humble tree.
Does a 19 hit you? It does. Take. Oh wow, wow! Take 6 points of damage as this meaty fist slams on you. The next one makes an attack.
This is a normal attack.
Yep. Adric, you are up. These creatures seem to be like swarming upon you. Surprisingly coordinated, as if some greater power is driving them forward. What do you do?
I'm figuring that out. What he does.
I'm loving this long boss. Man, these
Adric
rolls.
smash.
You should be smashing these things. Like you should be crushing them. Yeah. But they seem to be hitting, which is really surprising. This reminds me
All
so
of
much
those
of the
crits.
zombies. Yep.
All of those.
2 of those missed because of that.
Adric, run away.
No, Adric smash.
Yeah, he's gonna rage. He's
There you
gonna.
go.
He sees flashes of his kin being overtaken by like mind collapses, and it just fills him with anger as his eyes turn black.
Yeah, die 3.
This is how many teeth you lose.
Awesome. That's a good one. A form appears next to you, Adric. A female dwarf form. Tell me about this wispy appearance.
She has a very heavy armor. Runes light up along the armor. She's wielding a large maul with like the symbol of a skull upon it. She's got white hair and dark skin, much like his.
Excellent.
And he is going to attack this zombie.
Excellent. Oh, is that a crit?
That is a crit.
Roll damage.
That's
Tell me
really
how
good.
you destroy this creature.
In his frustration and anger, he brings his warhammer up, and one hit brings it down on top of the torso of this, caving it in.
You destroy the entire creature. It has nothing to regenerate. A zombie, unafraid of its companions dying and falling, swings at you and misses horribly. Adric, it is your turn.
He is going to recklessly attack, seeing that this is his only immediate opponent.
Yep. That's a hit. It collapses under the weight of your warhammer. Yet, it continues to move and struggle.
Keep smash.
Yeah, if it comes back to his turn again, he's going to keep attacking him.
Adric, it is your turn, yes. It continues to move and struggle underneath it. You have advantage on this. You smash it, yet it continues to squirm and struggle. It is your turn, Adric. You smash it, and once again, it continues to squirm and struggle.
If
Adric,
only
it is your turn.
he had radiant damage, huh? Like he could
If
sacred
only you
flame
had
it.
a power source. If only you had magical damage. Yep. Tell me how you're just beating the shit out of. I mean, I assume you eventually hit a crit, right? Eventually, you hit a crit and you destroy it, right?
Well, if it's taking him too long,
yes.
he's going to try to kind of maneuver into the camp because he can't sit here all night and just attack this one zombie and hope everyone's okay.
But you realize how intensely difficult this thing is to destroy. That's the point of these zombies. It finally destroys, right? As you finally land, and it finally shatters into 1,000 pieces, taking you probably every bit of, a little while. Adric, it is your turn. Mudskip lays unconscious before you. You step in and you see what appears to be a major engagement happening on both sides. You realize that they knock him down, right? Yet they crawl right back up. You see both dead men, living and undead. Their numbers seem to just keep replenishing as the defenders keep losing ground.
He's going to. Does he see any sign of the canoness?
You can hear her barking orders and casting the last remnants of her spells on the defenders. What do you do as zombies come pouring into the fort? Shrew, I want you to roll me a perception as you're observing this.
Sure, I'll roll a perception. What do I perceive?
Yes. In the distance, you see a cloaked figure beyond the fort. It seems to be just watching like you are.
So, is it on the other side of the fort, or sort of near me?
At first you're not quite sure. You're just like, the location? Yeah, it's on the other side of the fort. It's almost like a mile off like you are.
Okay. Do I stay put or do I go say hi?
That's a good question. What do you do, level 1 rogue?
I'm going to keep watching the figure
Excellent.
and tracking its movements.
Currently, it is just sitting there, and your perception doesn't really tell you much other than it is a dark figure about 2 miles away, past the fort. It is let's see here, you guys were coming from the west. It is towards the northeast.
If he's minding his business, I'm minding my own business. What you gotta do about it?
Everybody's just minding their own business. Adric, what do you do as you come upon this fort that is currently on fire? Mudskipper lies next to you, unconscious. Perhaps she could have said something, but you think that the zombies got incredibly lucky and knocked her out.
Adric is... He's contemplating how he can save everyone.
You can't save everyone, Adric. Even as you come in, you see bodies being ripped apart and being added to their own bodies.
He is going to run towards the center camp. At this point, he loses his rage, and the figure disappears again.
As you leave, she says something again. But you do not understand it.
Yeah, he has to attack or be attacked to keep his rage, and that's not happening right now.
You can hit yourself.
Yeah,
You can
that's going
literally
to
strike
prove that
yourself.
I'm saying to the canoness as I'm smoking. My eyes are black. I'm hitting
I
myself.
tell you, man, barbarians are crazy. Crazy. But it's perfectly legal. You can punch yourself in the face and be considered attacked. I mean, you'll have to be moving half speed, punching yourself in the face. But it can be done.
So Adric is going to reach the canoness.
Another turn goes by as zombies continue to fight. You see what's going on here. Highs and lows. This flagellant is currently losing as the zombies are upon him. This alkalite is currently losing. The zombies are upon him.
Yep.
This flagellant is going ape shit crazy and actually destroys one of the zombies. Naturally. And then let's see what this alkalite's doing. He is standing his own against them. As you see this, these soldiers are clearly being overwhelmed as you come across. You see the canoness near the fire with her sisters who are like casting spells and protections. They seem to be on the last legs, though. This is a turn order. Would you like to re-roll initiative or keep your initiative?
I'll try and get better, I guess.
Shrew, you would like to roll initiative as well, given this.
Sure, I'll roll
making
initiative.
perceptions and seeing what's going on.
I'm participating, honest.
Yep, there you go. You have...
I'm helping.
You are. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Canoness. And then zombies. Make sure that it's the zombies that are winning. Okay.
The zombies need to win, man.
Excellent. Descending. The canoness once again casts spells of holy divine protection. You see this symbol of protection of the Holy Master go across the soldiers as they continue to fight and struggle. The zombies, once again, you see who's winning and who's losing. This flagellant seems to be holding his own. You think that he might give up here in a little bit. Soldier is holding off. This flagellant, who's a badass, let's see what he's doing. Oh no. That's fine. He's
gonna be a badass.
only got one. He's only got one on him. And this soldier's holding his own. So currently, this guy is injured. This guy is injured. Adric, it is your turn. As you come across, you see them casting spells of protection on the soldiers. What do you do?
Adric runs up towards the center of the camp. Canoness, we need to get you out of here. I know there are probably more coming, and this camp is in no position, and the gnolls are coming soon after with 3 war tribes.
Roll me a persuasion.
Come on, -1. Yeah.
She says
Is
you
that a
are supposed
what?
to be... Oh, would you like to use your inspiration?
Yes, I'll use
Okay.
inspiration to get that 15.
I got
Excellent.
0 persuasion. Eaten by zombie. She is a zombie.
No, she's not a zombie. She turns and looks at you and says, my duty is here to protect this fort. What do you mean that the gnolls are coming as well?
I have seen at least 2 war bands gathering to march on this place, and there are more coming. Soon this fort will fall, if not to the undead, then to the gnolls. We must see you to safety, Canoness.
And where would we go?
We might be able to find shelter in Ravenshaven. It is but a short travel distance from here.
Roll me a persuasion.
Come on, -1. Yeah.
She looks at you and says, I knew that you were insane. I would take my chances with the dead than Ravenshaven.
Well, I guess it's time to pay Villiseth a visit.
Fuck this place. I'm out. Excellent. As you're talking, once again, top of the round, see how things are going. Oh, this flagellant falls.
He did.
He still stands his ground. He still stands his ground, and the last one still stands his ground. This flank, this left side flank seems to be collapsing, Adric. It is your turn as the zombies just suddenly beat down this flagellant who was somewhat defending it. He was losing when you came in, and he just kept losing. What do you do, Adric, as the zombies seem to be overwhelming this place?
What are you gonna do? It's bringing back bad memories.
Oh, horrible
The-
memories. He's seen this
the
before.
dwarf. Oh man. Sounds intense.
Oh, this is horrifying.
What's
It's
up,
almost like the
Snowman?
plague is a terrible, evil thing. Your sense. Oh, is Hunk Papa on?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, all right.
I'm thinking.
Okay, all right. The left side's collapsing.
I'm seeing what I still have in my arsenal.
Sometimes it's better to live and fight another day.
What do you do, Adric? You could shore up the defenses and maybe hold, or you could run away.
In fact, you've become dead yourself.
I mean, yeah, that's a possibility.
You're not even here. Who cares? Who cares what you think? You're not even here.
You hear him calling out from like the
What if-
trees. Hey, Adric, you might become undead too.
Adric still has
Anyway,
plenty of tricks up his sleeve. You
That's right.
don't even know.
Yeah,
Nobody knows. Nobody knows what
Nobody
Adric
knows
has up
nothing.
his sleeve.
Get out of his house.
Okay.
Get out of his house.
let's see how this goes.
It's almost like the plague is a dangerous manifestation of death itself.
And it's almost like I've been training a lifetime of how to defeat the plague.
Maybe.
He's going to bonus action, healing word, mud skipper. His circle of mortality is going to come into play as well. So he's going to heal her for the max possible.
Excellent. Tell me how much you're going to heal her for.
He heals her for not raging.
Okay, yeah.
He heals her for 6 as his bonus action. As
She wakes up.
as his main action, he is going to Sacred Flame this one down here to try and help up this fledgling down, or the acolyte down here.
Are you revealing that you can also cast magic? You realize how poorly the Inquisition looks upon magic users.
Yeah, go.
I mean,
Just
you've
say it's
already
from the
revealed
Holy
it, right?
Master.
You've already revealed it, right?
Yeah.
You've already
I mean,
cast
he
a
did.
spell.
He already cast a spell. The question is, did they notice? Did they pay any attention to it?
Oh yeah, you're obvious. I don't think it's a verbal component, right? But it's a healing spell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a healing spell.
I mean, they're casting healing spells as well.
Right.
You're not the only
exactly.
one that, right? So everybody's like casting heals and stuff.
Exactly.
Right.
This is a bad situation no matter what. Whether he
Oh, I
saves
love
them,
this.
whether he...
I love this. The conflict within you is real.
Yeah, that's it then. He's just going to save Mud Skipper, and he's going to try to see if he can at least get her out.
Sure. It's zombie time. These zombies begin to eat up the flank of the left side. He rolls disadvantage as his horde begins to overwhelm. Yet, holy shit, he defends! He's like, a heroic and valiant effort from this acolyte as they continue. He takes 1 point. Yet the den continue.
Seems like we could probably handle this if we had, say, a high-level paladin with us, and a ranger, and maybe a rogue who wasn't scared to do anything.
Adric!
What's the number one we're gonna do, huh? What am I gonna
Sneak
do?
attack, throw some daggers. I mean, you do massive damage.
It's true, roll me a perception.
Stay in the
Hey,
back
don't
and throw
blame me.
daggers. Not
These guys
sit in a
don't
tree
pay.
and eat popcorn.
Hey, he's playing his character.
This is exactly
He's playing
what
his
I
character.
do in a zombie situation, man.
He's playing his character. Yes. Despite that, the valiant efforts of the Inquisition continues to hold. Adric, it is your turn as the zombies are finally breaking free. The defenses.
He is going to take the dash action over to Mud Skipper.
Mudskipper looks a lot better. She's no longer unconscious, and she's like shaking her head, and she's like, "What happened?"
Lass, we need to leave this place. There is nothing else here. I've done all I can. Let us live this place. Leave this place.
Roll me a persuasion.
Come on, -1. Kill her anyways. Yeah.
You can drag her. Drag her by force.
She looks at you angrily and says, "Are you just like Antonio? Are you going to run as well?"
Well, I mean, that was my turn, so.
But she looks at you, right? She turns and looks at you and says, "Are you going to run away as well?"
Lass, The only thing here is that I've done all that I can, and the canoness is refusing to see reason. Will you join her in the plague?
Roll me a persuasion. Last attempt. You see doubt in her eyes, right? She's like, I don't know. I can't abandon my duty. My duty is here to protect the Holy Master. I have to defend this place.
Alas, your duty is to live and serve the Holy Master for days to come.
Make or break. Roll me that last persuasion. This is a skill challenge.
Yay!
Yay! She says, you're right. You're right. These humans, I don't owe these humans anything. She says, while the canoness is distracted, and the zombies will overtake this position, we should flee. Maybe Antonio and you are right.
Alas, I would save them if I can, but there is nothing more that I can do here. There is only so much the stubbornness of fools can do.
She nods in agreement. Once again, it is the zombie's turn. As you guys are having this debate, he has disadvantage.
I wonder
This
what your
continues to
actual
defend.
goal for us was if we came here at level 1.
Continues to hold.
Yeah, no.
He takes
Doesn't
one.
hold back, man. You're at level
It
1,
is-
you gotta watch your head.
It's your turn, Adric. What do you do? Mudskipper turns to you and she's like, all right, you've convinced me.
He starts to run.
She runs with you,
Oh.
fleeing into the Golden Plains. You must get to this area in order to escape.
I should have probably
So-
tracked how many movement I had.
That's fine. It's just another round to see how it's going, right? See how the war is. Oh man, he is
Does
defending.
Shrew see them?
Shrew, go ahead and make me a perception as I'm checking these soldiers. Oh, he's dead. The right flank begins to buckle. It seems that if nothing else happens, they will
Hey,
be
that's what-
overwhelmed. Oh, there we go. Adric, as you're leaving, you see Mudskip chasing after you. In the distance, we see Shrew, like, staring off, and, like, he's looking. And he sees this strange figure, like, pull back his cloak. He's in black armor, and you see a white beard. What appears to be something exactly like Adric, leading the undead. And this is where we swip over to the main map. Excellent.
So just
Session 0!
Hey, I gave you guys all types
What?
of fun. Oh, and guess what? Another day passes by.
are we still exhausted?
Oh, yes, very much so. In the distance, you still see the place burning. I assume you guys meet up?
Yep. Well, I mean, I don't... It's up to Shrew. Adric doesn't really care. You just kind of... You followed him for a little ways, and then just left. So, Adric just thinks you're some kind of vagabond.
Who's your new friend?
Oh,
Hello.
you're
Who's
still
the person?
here, lad. Why are
Hello?
you following me?
Who's this?
I
don't know,
I was on an
lass.
expedition, but my expedition party disappears on me. I went out into the wilderness to try and find anyone. You were the first person I bumped into.
Apparently, lass, he's lonely.
Hey,
I don't know who he is. He started following me when I was investigating the Knoll tribe.
you never asked me what my name was. Look, I have a license. He holds up a guild membership card. He
Hey,
is a
Adrian.
licensed surgeon.
Adric laughs. Ah, see, lass, the child's even got his own little name badge.
You're a doctor of sorts.
Yeah, I'm a surgeon.
She is currently beat up. You know that she's got some health back, but she is currently covered in blood. She is in no
What is
position.
Mudskipper?
Dragonborn.
Yes. A green dragonborn. She has robes on. She's like holding her wrist from where like the zombie crit her and like fractured her arm. Let me see if she has a scar.
Idrik, I'm not so sure. You know what they say about the plague.
Aye, lad, I know more about the plague than you do, but I don't see any of the growths forming on her.
Mudskip has a scar. It is on her face.
From her wrist breaking.
Don't ask me how. Maybe a previous battle. She got wallops.
Was the bone like? Yeah, that makes more sense. Was the bone sticking out?
Well, she was doing this right, and it broke that, and the claw came down. So I don't know.
Listen,
That's just how the dice rolled.
I'll tend to your wounds as best I can, but I'm not used to people of your disposition. No offense.
Then what are you good for, lad, if you can't heal?
What are you good for, huh? If you can't run.
More babysitting such children.
She Mudskip scowls at you as her arms kind of like dangling at the side. She doesn't say anything. She just scowls at you. She's like,
Let me find your wounds.
Not you, Shrew. It's just Adric as he's like mumbling more babysitting.
Why are you calling me the baby? You're the tiny one.
Adric will sigh and he'll put a hand on her arm and he will cast Cure Wounds on her.
Excellent.
Whoa. That's some heresy.
You see some foreign magic. Even like a Mudskipper is kind of confounded by this foreign magic. She's like, I knew that you were insane, but now you're also a spellcaster like me. As if she even knows.
Lass, I'm certainly more than you think, but I am no madman.
She doesn't know what you are.
Do you serve the Holy Master?
Do you? She asks. Who or what do you serve? You're clearly not from the Holy Master.
I've got a contract here that I think is now meaningless, saying I protect the plains for a time. I think our next move would be to seek refuge in Ravenshaven, lest we be caught up in the Knoll war band and the plague find us.
These are good points. But you are not so forthcoming with the answers, huh? I show you my guild card, you don't show much in return.
See if she recognizes your guild card. Knowledge. Story.
You trying to run me out of business, friend?
No, just see if she knows. No, she doesn't recognize your guild.
What is this guild? Like a group of children, like a school club? Something you join in so that you can feel special, lad.
Mudskipper kind of laughs at this. He kind of like
Is he usually this mean? Why is he being so mean to me?
She said,
I just want to give you guys soup.
Did he not hit you with a warhammer? She laughs at this and still like, it's still painful, right? Her wrist is still painful. But she laughs at this and she's like, he almost killed me the first couple of days.
Alas, as I've said before, that was a mere accident. I misjudged in it. You survived.
While you were in the fort, I saw someone to the sort of northeast. Sort of in like looking very shifty, had this white beard sound familiar to you guys? Looked a bit like you, Adric. Maybe your brother, cousin.
Like me, how, lad? There are many
Well,
white beards.
You know, he had the black armor and was a little bit on the, you know,
On the what, lad? Speak your mind.
he had a very cleft chin. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Big nose.
Explain yourself, Doctor. What did you see? What did you see, Doctor?
Sure, I'll tell you what I saw. There was this man on the other side of the fort. He was waiting as well, like I was. I don't think he saw me. I thought maybe he was your contract man, or...
I was busy fighting. I didn't see anyone.
Lad, you truly don't know what you've gotten yourself into. You should have stayed out in the plains.
I just, tend to wounds. I don't know what's going on here with the plague.
She's like,
That is-
I'm very keen to get out of here.
She says, this place is doomed.
Let us find a place to make camp. We must recover and make our way to Ravenshaven. I feel it is the closest place we may be able to reach before the
Ravenshaven.
war ban starts.
Let's see.
Does Adric still remember this location here?
Of course, yes.
He is going to direct us to that location for the night.
Roll me a survival. You are still currently exhausted.
Yes.
Are we forcing ourselves to march?
That is a good question.
Well, we obviously can't stay in the fort. Our current location is the fort.
You still see the fort burning. Fighting still commences, even as you speak.
If we stay too close to the fort, we will get
plague,
overrun
yeah.
by the plague. So,
This is fair point. I must confess.
Mr. Level 1 Rogue, do you think you could handle it? Or would you rather sit in a tree?
Oh man, I do. I'm a big fan of trees. What can I say?
Trees are pretty badass, I have to admit.
You want a tree? There's plenty of trees. Go around.
Adric is going to ask for your assistance. He knows of a tree that's quite interesting nearby.
Tell
that
me
we
more
can
about
make
this
it to.
tree. Sure, I'll help you find this tree. Just give me directions.
So we're going to try to roll this with normal
Just
rolls.
to be clear, you are force marching, right?
Yes.
Okay, take another point of exhaustion as you move forward.
Yes. Not bad. 16.
Place yourselves right here. Unfortunately, you do not find what you're looking for. Yet you are safely away.
Okay.
Is this the tree you were talking about?
No, lad. I'm afraid it's moved. Maybe you'll find it again someday.
To be clear, it hasn't moved. You just haven't found it.
I thought it was around here somewhere, but Faye, what are you gonna do?
It's almost like it's hard to find.
Sounds like some heresy. I don't know about this.
Almost like it's hidden on purpose.
You say this word a lot, lad. What do you know of the heresy? Do you serve the Inquisition?
Hey,
That's not an
I
answer,
pay my
lad.
tribute.
Then what would the
I just,
then what would heresy matter to someone who merely pays their tribute?
So, like, Mudskip's, like, scowling as you're saying this, right? She's like, we all serve the Holy Master.
Sounds like you've never been to the city of Alkaline.
Hadric laughs. Lad, can you imagine me walking into the city of Alkaline? And can you imagine me walking out of the city of Alkaline?
Sure. How hard can it be?
Such sheep, always following what they are told.
Mudskip scowls at you again, and she's like, "And what do? You just wander around aimlessly?"
Where do
Adric
you come from if
smiles.
you don't?
Adric smiles at Mudkip and laughs. Aye, lass, I've been doing far too much of that, I must admit.
I'm
yeah,
like 60
we're gonna-
years old, man.
Adric laughs again at this. He kind of smirks. Aye, lad. Aye. We make pitch for the night and
Okay.
try to recover
Alright,
exhaustion.
can I cook up some soup?
Lad,
Yes.
as long as it doesn't attract any gnolls or plague, do what you want.
That's a good question. Are you guys having a fire tonight?
Okay, no fire, no soup.
Then it sounds like we're not having soup, lad. But that's alright, I still have some bison.
Bison is no good. It's too salty.
Ah, lad, you must have come from one of those silk expeditions, huh? Never.
Sure, let's go with one of those.
Adrix shakes his head. Here, Adric's opinion of you just keeps getting lower and lower and lower as we progress.
Oh, trust me,
I know,
Mudskip's
sure.
viewing you like, oh yeah, all this heresy that you're spouting out. Her opinion of you keeps getting lower and lower and lower as well. So like everybody's like frowning and crossing each other's arms, and like we just gotta have a stressful, almost near-death experience, and we're just like beating on each other.
Man, I know we've just been through some pretty stressful things, but we're going to need to work together in order to get to Ravenshaven. Eh?
What will you do, lass, once we reach Ravenshaven?
She says, I don't know.
Well, I know I could always use another servant of the Holy Master at my side.
A roll of persuasion.
Right, because you serve the Holy Master all the time, I can tell.
She kind of laughs at this, and she's like, I guess you're right. I guess wandering in the wilds would be better than certain death, either by inquisition or plague. At least you've lived this long. Perhaps, just maybe, might live a little bit longer.
Aye, that's the spirit, lass.
As she holds her broken arm, she's kind of dependent on you at the current moment. She's willing to accept it.
It's almost like it was planned.
Evil dwarf. Yes. Okay. So it was night. Now it's day, right? It's a brand new day.
Right.
I assume you guys are resting, correct?
Yeah, we would try to recover from our
Let's
exhaustion.
rest.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, we will rest in the day.
Roll me survival as the day passes.
Lad, you say you've been on the plains before. Help me make sure the camp is sound. We don't want to have any unexpected visitors in the night. Or day, I suppose.
Double ones. Snake eyes.
Sure.
Holy
enough.
crap!
Close enough.
Shrew just like starts lighting a fire to like cook a stew.
Awesome. Who's gonna be Stu? Oh, this is awesome. I wasn't expecting this many deadly fights tonight. This is amazing.
This
Oh
is
no,
great.
no, it won't be so bad.
We only have like 2 levels of exhaustion. How bad could it be?
Awesome. It's going to be awesome. That's what it's going to be.
Well, that only means I move at 10 feet instead of 25 feet. What could go wrong? We could run away with that situation, right?
Yeah.
That
You're level
day,
5. You could deal with it.
who is keeping watch?
Apparently someone was making a stew.
I'm keeping watch as I cook my stew.
Roll me perception as this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures approach you. Awesome. You're not caught surprised as a herd of giant elk come running by your camp. They seem to be fleeing the area. Would you, here's a question, would you like to take a shot at them as they're fleeing?
No.
Adric?
I don't.
These are not being stealthy, they are running. Would
He
you
doesn't.
like to make a shot?
He doesn't want to alert anyone who's chasing these elk that they're there.
Excellent. The herd of elk, some are massive, the size of Clydesdale, run by you as you make camp. Other than that, nothing else happens.
Which direction are the elks running? Like north, south, or east?
They are running currently south.
So towards the
Interesting.
plague.
No, the plague is coming, well, sure, if that's what you're saying. They are heading south
Good.
from your current location.
It's not a good sign when they're running away from where we're going. Trick. You want some stew?
Mudskip is quite silent
It's good
as
for
she
you.
watches these giant creatures bound by. She says, "Did you ever hear about the stories?"
No, lad, I don't suppose this young man has either. Doesn't seem to know much besides his soup.
Mudkip says, long ago, the endless herd used to feed everyone. It used to feed the dragons and boreals and humans and elves, and unfortunately mankind grew greedy and killed the endless herds.
That doesn't sound like something humans would do.
That sounds exactly
That's,
like the humans.
She turns and looks at you,
Nah.
and she says, "There was a reason behind it. The Holy Master designs everything for a purpose. He did it to stop the plague. They would take the bodies and forms of animals, and they would be unstoppable. Having the strength of animals, they could go anywhere, infect anything. And thus the Holy Master said to destroy them. But at a terrible price. The dragons grew angry and violent."
Yeah, that's why you don't mess with dragons, you know? Dragons
She
scary.
nods. "I like dragons." She kind of says that and kind of
I could
blushes
tell.
slightly. She's like, "I like dragons."
You just seem like you're quite the yes man, aren't you, lad?
Hey, what I'm saying is, good
I
soup,
mad-
it's good for your bones. Eh?
Hedrick shakes his head as he goes back to sleep.
Mudskip just rolls her eyes and she's like, "Good night, Adric. Good night, Shrew."
Yeah, the name's Shrew. Nice to meet you, Miss Dragon person.
She says, "Don't worry, I'm sanctioned." And she pulls out the sign of the Holy Master. And she's, "I won't turn on you, I promise."
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I appreciate that.
"I've
Not
sworn an
turning on,
oath
that's
to
cool.
protect you."
So,
But she kind of,
who's next watch?
yeah. But she still follows it, though. Tries to.
When we finally meet up with the rest of the party, this is gonna be
Adric's
Adric's gonna have a lot of
Hey, guys.
explaining to do.
They were
So were they.
wandering the endless desert. Yep, that's why it's called the endless desert. They get lost there. So the day passes uneventfully as the herd of 6 giant elk and some medium-sized ones run by you. The day passes uneventfully. Your exhaustion is removed as once again night approaches.
You think we should move during the night?
Mudskip's like, I can't see at night.
Of course you can't.
Adric just kind of shakes his head.
This is why you eat your soup.
And this distance, you still see the fort burning. As the sun begins to set.
If you wish to travel at night, I might be able to help with that. But I suggest you don't speak of it.
Mudskip
This
seems
is Icewood.
unconvinced. She's like, my spells don't work as well as during the day.
Okay. Then we
Leave
will
at first light?
leave at the light, so we'll do nothing for a day.
I mean, you guys can still do stuff. I assume you're resting up, and I mean, you guys can go hunting. You guys can
Adric's-
do search for stuff. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but there are options here. So,
Adric's going
Okay.
to look for a space away from everyone.
excellent. Roll me a stealth as you try to sneak away. To get alone time. Awesome. Mudskip pays no attention to you as you leave.
You didn't beat my passive
I see
perception.
it. I see it. Tell me what you do, Shrew, as you notice Adric's sneakiness.
I mean, how far away is he moving from the camp? Like a mile? Or...
Tell me what you are doing, Adric.
He's looking for any place that he thinks is out of view from the camp and out of earshot from the camp.
The Dragonborn, Mudskip, is currently stirring the stew, making sure that it doesn't burn, since we've established stew. and mutton. Or bison. So this happens between Shrew and Adric. Tell me what's happening here. What's going on?
Hey, Skippy, keep an eye on this stew. I'm gonna go take a, be in the bushes. I'll be right back.
As she nods to you, as she continues to stir the stew.
Can I stealth after Adric?
Yeah, I assume so.
Alright, let's do it. Let's see what happens.
Sneaky.
Come on, low rolls. Low rolls.
Adric, you are fully aware as you like. Tell me how you mess up your stealth roll, Shrew.
I feel like maybe he isn't keeping track of his shadow because he can't see in the dark, but Adric can.
That is true. He thinks he's quiet, right? He thinks he's stealthy, but Adric, with your night vision, right? Because like normally humans can't see at night, right? He thinks
Right.
you're a human, so he's
Right.
like, you can't see me because I'm in the shadows, and you're like, I can see you, man. I
Yeah.
can see you right there.
Without moving, lad, I think you better go back to the camp.
Oh, this isn't the stew. Guess I'll go back. Shrew will take a few steps back and then stop.
Lad,
I mean, you're currently being
That's-
observed.
not the direction of the camp. You need to
Currently
move.
being observed, so you can't stealth again, right?
I'll be just a
I
minute.
don't know. It's dangerous to go alone, you know.
Aye, but who says I'm alone, lad? I need some time. I will return shortly.
All right. I'll
Need to
let you have your bit.
watch me piss.
Shrew will leave Adric to his business.
Excellent.
Okay. Once, Adric's gonna roll. I guess I don't know how you want to do this, but Adric's gonna make sure that Shrew's gone.
Yes.
Before he goes about what he was doing.
Yep. You
going
see
to...
him walk back to camp.
Okay.
Yes.
He continues on to the spot, and he's going to, once he's alone, and he knows he's alone, he's going to...
So stop. You know you're not alone.
He's going to take a look around. What's around him?
You see wisps very so often come off of you.
Okay. So not enemy necessarily.
I mean,
he is going to.
I don't know how you view your ancestors, man. I mean,
Right,
it could be,
right.
right? I don't know.
He's going to stop, and he's going to do some meditation.
Excellent. Tell me about this meditation.
He's going to pull out his holy symbol and lay it in front of him with the curved tip facing towards him.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to sit down and begin praying to the ancestors.
Excellent.
So while Adric is doing this, can I talk to Mudskip?
You can. Once the scene's done, we will have a conversation between you and Mudskip. Okay.
Nice. Just gonna bookmark that.
Yes.
Cheers. Let me interrupt your ancestral communion.
Yes.
He is going to ask for guidance as he pulls out this gem once more and tries to examine it.
Roll it. Is that an arcana? That is an arcana.
That is a high enough arcana.
Awesome. And yet, its secrets still have not revealed everything. However, you do see a little bit of stuff. That's good. That's good. You now know the arcana side of this gem. So, for viewers at home, Adric is currently looking at this red gem, which audiences can see. I will copy and paste what your arcana reveals. And then...
Oh no, I've seen these gems before.
It's almost like there's a story to it.
Oh no, these gems, man.
Say and show players. Shrew is not aware of this. However, he still gets to look at the stuff that it does. There we go. And now it's in your inventory as well. Excellent. Yep. Its secrets begin to reveal themselves to Adric.
I want these secrets. I should have made an Arcana character.
Oh, you already did. You
But I was
already
spooked.
did.
Yeah, I already got so many secrets, man.
Well, your character knows.
As
Your character
meditating-
already tried to thieve this from me, by the way.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
doesn't.
Oh, yes. As you're sitting before, and this gem reveals its light to you, right? Your three ancestors appear before you, and they all look at you and nod as the ancestors reveal its secrets to you. Yet there is still more you can find out.
He doesn't know if this attunement's really going to help him out with anything.
The spirits say something to you once again. You do not
He's going to
understand.
try to discern what they say now that he has time. Try to lead Ripside? Yeah.
Sure, an insight. Yeah, get a
Yeah.
general feeling of what they're saying. They're trying to communicate to you, but you do not understand them. They helped you with the spell, but their voices fall upon deaf ears. It's almost like there's no lungs and there's no air in their lungs to produce sound. It eludes you. Are we done? Can we cut over to Shrew and Mudskip?
Yeah.
So Shrew and Mudskip are sitting by the fire. Mudskip's like stirring the stew, and she's like, "Do you feel better?"
Yes, much better.
Remember, you
tell
told
me,
her that you
Mudskip.
had to go into the bushes, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, "Do you feel better?" And she's like,
I'm very, very, very quick cast.
she shrugs in reply.
So, tell me more about how. You said he was crazy?
She says, "Yeah, Adric is not of the right mind. The Canoness spoke of his madness. I felt his insanity." And she like rubs her shoulder of where he had hit her with a warhammer. Had I been a weaker individual, he could have killed me.
Does he have, like, metal in his head?
She says,
Did I hear
don't
that
know.
right?
I don't know. I saw him casting spells, so I'm not sure whether he is possessed by a demon or not."
This seems like human stuff.
Aren't you a human?
So, where are you?
She
I
says,
mean, I'm human, but
Yeah.
he's doing his own. He's got his own smoky finger waggling stuff.
He smokes.
It's bad for business.
She
Did I
she's
smell
like-
him?
She doesn't quite understand. Remember, she's not seen him. Well, she's seen him rage, but she hasn't seen him smoke.
Oh boy. It's
She's like, "I saw the madness within him when he attacked me. He looked like a madman. He is very strong and
okay.
very powerful. However, he did save my life. I almost died," she explains.
interesting.
I
Very
think I
curious indeed.
owe him enough to listen to him, at least. How did you two
Okay,
meet?
I appreciate your words.
How did you two meet?
I mean, I was sort of running away from these kobolds and bumped into him. And we made our way back to this undead. There was this lion that attacked me and it bit me, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm dying. Please save me, Adric." And then Adric saved me.
So in a sense, you owe him a life debt as well. Perhaps he's not as crazy as we think. Or maybe
I
it's the
probably could have
demon
took it
just
by
playing
myself.
with us. Could be just the demon wanting to keep us alive, to sacrifice us.
Yeah. Maybe I should visit the temple when I get back to some sort of civilization. It's been a while since I last made my last tribute.
Well, we need to be careful when we're in Ravenshaven. I understand that place is a dark and terrible, evil place.
Really?
Indeed.
I've never been to Ravenshaven. What's it?
You haven't? Rumor says that there are orcs and foul creatures there.
Well, that's the thing. Everyone needs a surgeon.
Perhaps you will
And,
find a place there.
Sure, there's always a place for a surgeon. How's
She nods
this?
in agreement.
So, are you from around here, or did you come from north or east?
I was in the city of Ravenshaven, and I got paid. I spent my money too quickly, and I needed to earn money fast. So I came out here and attempt to serve the greater good, and attempt to serve the Holy Master as best I could, and earn a pay. Yet it was not what I
Also-
expected.
Ravenshaven that bad then, if you lived there.
I've never been to Ravenshaven.
I thought you just said you at Ravenshaven.
No, the city of Alkaline.
Oh, the city of Alcott. Good place.
It is beautiful in some ways.
Well, I've never been in the inner city.
Neither have I.
Ah,
There are a few who have.
so,
She kind of like rolls
You
her
want some
eyes
more
and she's
soup?
like, I think that's a good place to end it, where she's like, oh, and then she like hands you some soup as she's stirring it.
wait, one last thing. I should probably check your wounds for infection. Do you mind if I do this?
Roll me a persuasion.
Okay, I can roll persuasion. I'm facey.
You're incredibly facey. She's like, yes, someone who knows the medical skills would be useful here. She like takes off her bandage and you can do a medical check.
Have you been feeling well lately? No signs of, bloodthirstiness or anything?
You're like looking at the injury, and you are uncertain if she has been infected by the plague.
Can I use my inspiration here?
If you like, yes, you may.
I would like to be inspired.
She is currently not infected.
Okay, it seems like you're clean.
She says, thank you, I appreciate that.
That's okay. Enjoy your soup.
I
Get
didn't
some
know.
good rest.
I didn't know what happened to me once I fell unconscious.
I've
heard
tends to happen
rumors.
when unconscious.
I've heard rumors. Until I
Mm,
saw
we've
them
all
with my
heard the
own
rumors.
eyes. She nods in agreement.
Don't worry about it. We'll first light. We'll get a move on. Everything's gonna be okay.
She says, I hope you're right.
You'll see. Doctor's always right.
That's a good place to end that scene. I like that one. Yeah, that's a good place to end that.
Nice.
So, Adric, you come back. Does everybody like rest up? Anything else important that you'd like to do that night?
Nah, I think we're good.
Excellent. Go ahead and
So
place
I
yourselves
do-
and roll survival.
I
As
will
day
assist in any way
becomes-
I can.
Yep. Awesome. Go ahead and place yourselves. You have no encounters, as once again the desert or the plains become sandy, and you notice like the sands begin to slowly creep in into the area. You notice that the rain is starting to die down. The
should,
endless desert begins to greet you as your as your skin begins to like dry out. You feel like very, very dehydrated as you enter into the endless desert.
I feel like Shrew would have collected some rainwater if he had known that there was a desert coming up.
Oh, there's plenty of water. It's been raining, so if you had any canteens out, like you had like a funnel or something like that, you could have easily gathered rain. However, you know that in the summer, things start to change.
You notice Cedric doesn't seem to be concerned at all. He's not bothering to try and get any extra water rations or anything like that.
Hey, Trick, you don't drink water either? Or are you just super crazy?
Lad, I have a way of getting water out in the desert. As he winks.
I mean, me too, but I don't usually drink that stuff.
Ah, such children. Such children.
Oh, man. Mudskip just shakes her head and gestures for you guys to roll in a survival check.
13.
That was too good.
Interesting. Go ahead and place yourselves. It becomes full sand. Barren, desolate dunes greet you. You know that you're about 1 day's travel away from the city of Ravenshaven. What do you guys do? It seems like nothing but the clear dunes and sands and wastelands and rocky outcrops every so often greet you. What do you guys do?
Reminds me of home. So how many days is it to Ravenshaven?
It'd be 1 day's travel.
We're almost there, lad. Just another day and we'll be there.
Are you guys going to force march?
We still don't have any urgent matters we need to get to Ravenshaven for that we know of. Do we see in the distance, like, does it seem like we're being followed by the knolls, or...
Sure, roll me a perception as you're like glancing back over the dunes. You can see that nothing is currently following you. You see nothing but clear sands. I mean, there could be something following you under the sands, but above it, you see nothing.
All fine.
It's all fine.
How?
I mean, the dunes like rise and fall.
Right.
It's not like it's like a flat, nothing's there.
Yeah,
you
right.
see dunes like rising and falling in the distance.
How many?
Almost like a worm's under it.
How many days has it been since we sent the messenger down to the farmer?
You guys sent the message.
Because we were waiting 3 weeks for a reply.
Yes. And you said that you would meet them
You
here.
sent the letter.
Yes.
Yes. So, it was sent. Let me check my notes. The 25th of Feo. It is currently a permock. Let's see here, what's the date? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, 21. It was April. You know that it is April. In our world.
So it would be close to time for us to meet then, for the messenger.
It's getting there. It's getting there. Assuming that it's not already there.
Right.
She gave herself an extra week because of the rains.
Right. Then Adric suggests we keep going. He knows that there's an inn there, and there's protection within the walls.
Excellent. So are you guys pushing yourselves?
I don't know, Adric. We ran on to the fortress, and that fortress was on fire.
Aye,
Maybe it was
lad,
best
but
if
do
we
you
keep so
see...
steady.
Do you see fire here? And we all lived. I mean, you only had to find a tree. What are you complaining,
No
having
trees
to
in-
move a little bit more?
No trees in the desert, and I would not want to tire myself out here.
Aye, you're a selfish one, aren't you, lad?
I prefer
Well,
sensible.
as you're explaining, right? I need you to roll a persuasion because Metskip doesn't want to run her ass off either in the hot desert too. So yeah, she's like, nah.
I'm
Shrew's
not as
right.
crazy as you, Adric.
There's no point in running. It's fine. I'm not going to exhaust myself to get to a city of death. Orcs and all types of manner of terrible creatures are there. I want to make sure that I am prepared. And you notice her getting out like a spell book of types, and then she's like flipping through it. She says, I want to make sure that I am ready for anything when I get there.
Remember, we're not going there to make trouble. We're going there for refuge.
She said, isn't that what you said when you came to Fort Malgrave?
And that's what I expected, lad. Lass, I did not expect to return and find it on fire and assailed.
No, you were doing your duty. I'm glad that you came back when you did.
I'm sorry the Canoness couldn't join us. It is too bad to have lost one of the Inquisition.
You
She
lost
remains
one of the
silent
Inquisition?
with this.
Man, it must have been crazy bad in there.
The canoness knew her duty, just as I did. She kind of like looks down at this. You
think
get
we
this.
should
Well,
count.
you can insight this.
Adric thinks he knows what's going on.
I'll insight.
She's having some regrets.
It doesn't mean anything to you guys.
You keep saying things that aren't.
Girl's just talking. Girl
No.
doesn't know what she's talking about. Whatever.
No.
Whatever.
Lass, I know you feel you failed your duty, but I assure you, you haven't. You can save a lot more when you still draw breath.
You know what? You know what I do when I'm down?
Let me guess. You eat soup.
I eat the goddamn soup. Let's make some soup. Keep you hydrated in the desert. Character arc. I eat soup.
Begins with I eat soup, ends with I eat soup. Behold the character arc.
Adric sighs and shakes his head as we set up camp.
She nods in approval as everyone agrees to make camp. Go ahead and roll me a
Adric, you might-
survival. Excellent. The night. Let's see, is it day or night? It is night, right?
We're gonna
Good.
sleep through the night because we're traveling through the day now. So,
Passes uneventfully.
because dragons and humans have to complain they can't do crap at night.
I know we have things we can't see at night. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that?
I mean, he tried
I'm
to help,
sorry,
and
my
they said, "No, we don't
goodness.
want your help."
All right. Go ahead and place yourself and roll me one last survival roll. As you make it to the city of Ravenshaven, hopefully. Oh,
Da-da.
It's a 10.
that's so good. Excellent. The city of Ravenshaven is a structure of kind of last bastion of the what would you call this? Civilization? Yes, we'll go with that. Civilization. He's off to the side. And actually, he's here, but the horse is back. Bum, bum, bum. He's back too. The city of Ravenshaven is made out of sandstone and basic layers. Go ahead and place yourselves here. These
Oh
guys aren't.
jeez, the map is not loaded for me at all.
Hasn't loaded for you.
I-
It's high graphics, high def right here. It's intense.
Look,
It is.
It is.
I only have a baby computer.
I think
Feel
we have
free to
one more
place me
thing to
if you-
move.
Yeah,
Can you see me?
I can see you.
Oh,
Wait,
I can't
so-
see me, so...
Are we outside or are we inside? We're outside, right?
You are currently coming up to it, yes. And once again, you are greeted by Commander Archeon. He says, "Hello, what's your business?"
Oh, hello. We seek refuge to stay at the inn for a few nights, perhaps.
Excellent. You've brought plenty of coin. Not here to trade. You've ever finished up with that slavery business?
We have someone working on it now. I assure you there was some form of misunderstanding. We are not slavers. We're simply looking for a farm.
He shrugs at this and he says, "Your business is your own, stranger, just not in my city."
Can I say something?
Of course, yes.
Hi. Hi there, my name is Shu. I'm a licensed surgeon. It's my first time in the city of Ravenshaven. Okay,
Mudskip
you?
kind of like folds up like her robe hood, and she like kind of places it over her hood, right? And she just kind of like says, and the guards like kind of nod to her, and they turn to look at the doctor, who's like, "Hello, I'm a doctor." Says, "Excellent, you are a physician of sorts, correct?"
Yeah, a surgeon. That's my thing.
He says, "Excellent. During practice, the orcs sometimes hurt each other. Speak with Amok. They might be able to help you."
Well, presumably I'll be helping others, but I'll do what I can.
Mind you, orcs are villains in the human kingdoms. So he's directing you to help the enemy of the Inquisition. The last purge was the orcs.
Just because I say that I like the Inquisition doesn't mean, it's not
I know.
a front.
That's where he's directing you to, though.
How does Mudskip react to this? To Shrew
Mudskip's,
not
she's putting up her hood and she's not saying anything.
All right, lass. The inn's just up ahead. Hopefully you can find us some rooms. I have business here. Lad, see what you can do with the orcs. Get them all right and ready. We may need them when the time comes.
Aye, that's a good shout.
She says that's heresy.
It's not heresy to
She whispers
tend to the wounded.
Commander Archon like kind of glances at her, and then he's like,
So Adric is going to come off to the side somewhere.
Yeah, she has two characters she can follow. See who she's going to choose. One, it's going to be Shrew, and then two, it's going to be. So we'll see which one.
I make the
follows.
soup. I am the good guy.
Well, you're a doctor, right?
Hey.
Doctors can be trusted, and then Adric's like this crazy nut job, right? So she kind of like nods to the doctor.
Okay.
That works for Adric. He's going to motion to Commander Archon that he needs for him to follow.
He says, "Excuse me, gentlemen." They like nod at you. They're currently watching the three of you, right? You're currently being observed. He approaches you, Adric, and says, "How can I help you?"
Adric leans in a little closer into a hushed voice. Lad, I need to speak with Villiseth. Tell him a gatekeeper is here.
He like looks at you and says, "Are you talking about the council member?"
I believe so, and I might have some news for the council themselves.
He is in the inn. However, I would not disturb a sleeping dragon.
Lad,
Good a point.
when he awakes, will you let him know that the gatekeeper is here?
Valseth is up at night, so if you wish to discuss some matter with him, bring it up to the council at night, while the other members are sleeping.
Adric nods.
Thank you, lad. I think I shall. Keep an eye on your border. There's a knoll pack on the prowl.
Knolls do not do well in the endless desert, yet we do have our incursions every now and then. Do you know of what's going on in the Golden Plains?
I've seen 2 packs gathered for a war march, and more may be coming. The Golden Plains are about to be under quite a bit of strife.
Bar has spoken of this. He gestures and he says another council member. Bar is the hunter.
Okay.
He deals with the knoll situation. He would be the one to bring it up to. Same with Elidora, Judas, and of course, he rolls his eyes. Sakul. He says, bring your subjects up to them. They can deal with this. My job is to be here and protect the city from any incursions.
Adric nods. And he's
Is there
going.
anything else I can do for you, citizen?
Not right now, lad. Make sure those 2 don't get themselves into any trouble, but I imagine your men are there for that.
Yeah, he nods. He's like, exactly. He looks at you and he's like, that's why I'm here looking at you.
And then Adric just shakes his head and he's going to make his way to the inn.
Excellent. You are observed all the way until you make it to the end. Shrew, what are you doing as Mudskip kind of seems to be clinging onto you right now?
Can I pull Mudskip to one side and talk to her for 1 second?
Sure. Where do you move off to? You are currently being observed as the guards are watching you.
I can't move my counter, but could you move my counter for me somewhere? Presumably to the left, way around the fountain. I remember this map.
To the left of the fountain, okay. Mudskip follows you.
So, Lady Mudskip. Skippy.
She says, Mudskip, if you please.
Are we supposed? I probably should have asked Adric before we arrive, but are we supposed to be keeping the undead thing a secret? I mean, I don't want to start a mass panic.
I don't know if the Raven's Haven's behind it. This is all Adric's plan.
This is a good point. Yes. We should keep an eye out.
She says, I'm sure that the demon will use us eventually.
Well, there's demons everywhere, what can I say? Do you have a problem with me tending to these orcs?
She says, I'd rather you just poison them. Can you do that? You're a doctor, right? People trust you.
That would be against my principles. I don't murder.
She frowns at this and says, then why are you out and about? Why are you here?
Because, it's a doctor's, oath to...
That you can't edit it,
yeah. I had a family.
Haven't you heard the stories? Haven't you heard the stories of orcs and their terrible war against the Inquisition? It was a blight upon everyone.
You listen to me, Mudskip.
She frowns at this as you're like, you listen to me. She rolls her eyes at you as you say this, and she says, no, you listen to me. These orcs are dangerous monsters. They might hurt you. They might kill you. Don't forget that you are a human. By the way, you see no humans over here hanging out with the orcs. You do see a stable master over here. He seems to be directing the orcs, but like not in a friendly manner. He's like, go shovel shit, go do this. You were quite aware that 20 years ago there was a purge, and the humans waged total war against the orcs, salting their fields, burning down their civilization, destroying everything. This is the remnants of the orcs.
Just because
So
they're
Mudskip's like,
doesn't-
you listen to me. You listen to me. You go over there, you're risking your own life. They could kill you. You understand me?
I understand.
She like shakes her head, like she's not believing you at all. She continues to follow you, but she just shakes her head as you're just like, oh yeah, I understand. Like whatever. Don't listen to me. Typical man. Don't listen to me. Fine.
Typical human man.
Yeah, that is true. Human man.
She's used to that from the human men.
Yep, not listening to her at all. Hey, Adric, you now kind
That's
of
what all this
understand
is
her
doing.
position.
It's
Yep.
gonna be racist.
Even the players are like this.
Alright, can I approach some orcs
I mean-
and be like,
So
Well, first off, roll me a perception as you're watching the orcs train.
sure, I'll do that. They like got some human skulls on there.
No, I don't have any human skulls or anything like that. Yes, you clearly see the rank and file. You see this Gith currently directing these orcs. This Gith is on horseback and telling them to like march in order and doing push-ups and doing their typical military training. You see the orcs, they're in leather armor. They're not in like heavy armor or anything like that. Although cooler to be fighting in the desert. You see a second in command, this massive orc. He has black hair and he has like war paint on his face. And he's the largest of the orcs. Do you speak orc?
I don't. But man, it's great to have eyes.
Yes, you can clearly see the direction and dictation of these people. It is a violent training. Bodies are being smashed against each other. You see ever so often like a tooth go flying as these orcs are punching and beating the crap out of each
Do I know anything about Gith?
other. Sure. Go ahead and roll. This would be a knowledge. What would this be? What knowledge would this
Arcana? Nature?
be? Definitely not nature.
History?
Definitely not nature. I guess it would be Arcana. Yep. I guess this would be Arcana. It's like looking at it, it's like, nope, 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 nope. Yeah, that's... You're not quite sure. That could just be an ugly orc. That could be just an ugly orc.
Hey there, horseman.
Are you approaching
Moment
him
of your
again?
time, please.
Are you approaching him?
Sure, I'll approach. Gith.
As you're interrupting this training, Mudskip kind of falls slowly behind you, about 30 paces, as you approach the Gith. He's currently barking out orders in Orcish. It's nar no hish nar the hish nar. He turns and looks at you and he says, "What is it?"
I apologize for the interruption, but I've just come back from what I assume is a genocide. I'm here to offer my services as a licensed surgeon, if you should require them. Here's my card.
Get persuasion as you're doing this, as he's currently training. Hi, I'm a licensed surgeon. Here's my card. He says, he takes your card and quickly dismisses you, right? But he doesn't reject you. He just takes the card and says, yeah.
I need the card back to, it's my license to perform medicine.
So he currently has your card and he's kind of like going to stick it in his wallet. It's like, you need to get more cards. That's what he tells you. He's going to keep your card. What do you do? You literally hand him your card, and he's training, right? So he takes your card and kind of like sticks it into his pocket. What do you do? You think that you're not the first person who's come up and says, hey, check out my stuff. I'm here selling armor. I'm selling equipment. Would you be interested? And here's my business card.
Do you speak common?
He's currently speaking to you in common.
I need the card back. That's mine. It's my identification.
Roll me a persuasion. As you say that, he like rolls his eyes and hands you back the card. It says 1,000 apologies. I thought you were a businessman of sorts.
I mean, more of a, doctor. I'm just aware that something big might be coming, and I wanted to get myself acquainted with the locals in case we should ever need to do business.
All right. So are you attempting to do business with the Skith? Like, hey, I am here to do business with you. Do you need my assistance now? Right?
Sure. Do you...
Roll me a persuasion.
Okay, another persuasion. Here we go.
Yep, this is a skill challenge. Just to be clear. So he's kind of like, come back tonight. We are still training. We will discuss the matter then. He like nods to you and in commanding voices says, you might get out of the way. This is when like an orc runs right by you, almost crashing into you, but like falling out of the ring as they're like fighting, right?
Okay. Can I get your name?
He's convinced. He says, Armok. My name is Armok. And your name, stranger?
Shrew. Shrew the surgeon. Shrew Rotasereri.
Very well, Shrew. We will speak tonight once training is done.
All right, and I'll leave it at that. And I'll go talk to Munchkin. See, that wasn't so bad.
The scene cuts over, right? So we had that interaction. Scene cuts over to Adric. What is Adric doing during this time?
Adric is walking into the inn and tavern.
Once again, you enter into the tavern. The barkeeper... Well, actually, you've never been
He's never been into the tavern yet.
So in this tavern, it is made out of like sandstone and simple woods. The tables seem to be like well preserved because of the dry atmosphere, the dry moisture in the air. You see like kegs on the back wall. You see alcohol being served. In this corner right here, you see two nobles who are kind of giggling and gossiping amongst each other. They appear to be in some sort of honeymoon or something else. And then in this corner, you see the dock side of town. You see three drow who are currently talking in hushed tones. You see a warg, or a wolf, a dire wolf, sitting next to what seems to be the leader of the group. And up above, you hear a conversation going on as the council is currently in session. It is currently morning. You hear the current topics being discussed, which is currently sewers. The sewers are currently being talked about.
Anything interesting about the sewers?
Currently, it's like they're just discussing like, do they need to be cleaned out? Like, do they need to be preserved? What's going on down in the sewers? Currently, they're just like, what issues is currently troubling the city?
Sewers are important.
They are incredibly important, especially when you have, a desert where water is very limited.
If only you had someone who could create water multiple times a day on a normal basis.
What do you do? You come into the council,
Yeah.
or the
Well,
bar
yeah.
side.
He approaches the barkeep.
I'll take 2 rooms for the night, please.
Welcome. Two rooms. It'll be
Aye.
10 silver apiece.
He pays her the 10 silver, the 20 silver.
She nods gratefully and accepts it. She's like, that also includes breakfast. Are you breakfast and lunch and dinner? Are you going to be staying for the evening?
Aye, we may be staying for some time.
She nods in approval. She's like, of course, of course. Welcome. Please have a seat. I've never seen your face before. Who are you, and what can I get you?
The name's Adric. I'll just have an ale.
She gets you an L for a copper, and she does not realize what you are. She's like, strange seeing a bearded human traveling through these parts. Most people shave as soon as they hit the endless desert. Seem to be a brave sort.
Aye, lass.
I mean, your beards,
Yes.
right? So she's just like, why haven't you shaved it?
Aye, lass. The beard doesn't slow me down much.
She nods in reply, and she quickly goes and gets your L, fresh from the tap. She comes back to it and sets it on the table, and she's like, is there anything else that I can do for you?
No, lad. I think that'll be it.
Her name is Aura. Sorry, my voice needs to be a little bit higher. Yeah, go ahead.
He's a little distracted anyway, so he's gonna stick with that. He's
They all look alike.
trying to like shoo her off as he tries to listen in to what the council is discussing.
She is trying to upsell you, right? She's trying. Would you like a menu? Would you like this? Would you like that? As I mean, you've paid like 10 silver. She's trying to want more out of you.
No, lass. That'll be all. Thank you.
She says, if you need anything, just holler. And she slowly departs and starts serving the nobles. As you're listening to this conversation, you hear 4 distinct voices. You hear someone who is currently like high. He's like, hey, man, we should just like use water and just flush out the sewers. And then you hear another member saying, like, no, of course not. We need to send some people down there and scrub out the sewers and clean out the debris that might be down there. Then you hear this female voice who's very, like, high and mighty. And she says, none of my people are going down there. And then you hear, like, a wolfish, a rough voice. He's like, well, we could just leave it till next year. You hear this conversation that is currently going on. Proposals are being announced and discussed.
After he takes a few sips from his ale, he is going to come over and approach the dark elves, and he's going to have a seat. And he's going to whisper in Undercommon.
Have you received a reply yet from the farmer? The lads told me it should be here by now.
She like kind of looks at you and says, interesting. Wouldn't expect to see your kind here. She speaks in Undercommon as well, and she says, and you know our language. How fascinating.
Yes, I imagine it would be. Glad I could make your day, lass. Now tell me, has your messenger returned yet?
She's like, I don't know who you are, stranger.
You met with 2 human lads.
I've
Rather-
met many human lads. She laughs at this.
Rather naive, about 3 weeks ago. They asked you to go and take a message to the farmer asking if he needs aid from a surgeon. We were to wait 3 weeks for the reply. Have you heard it yet?
Roll me a persuasion as you're trying to say, hey, I didn't make this deal, but I am interfering in it.
And he knows, he has intimate knowledge of the deal as well.
He does, yes. Oh, she says, yes. Are you their handler or something?
Yeah, you could say that, lass.
Babysitter.
Babysitter. Yeah, that's exactly what you hear. Thank you, Shrew. Yes. She says, yeah, and she hands you a note saying, my job's done. She says, that'll be 15 gold. Incite this.
Yeah, Adric's grinning. He knows he's trying to get more out of him. He knows the kid's already paid more than enough.
We'll see. Yeah. She's clearly bullshitting you, trying to swindle you out of more money. What do you do?
Adric smiles at her.
Lass, I believe the 25 gold that naive boy paid you is more than enough.
She smiles at this and she says, I know. I think you know too. It'll be 15 gold.
Lass.
She smiles at this, thinking like she can pull one over on you as well.
Lass, you've got your...
By the way, the letter is currently just sitting on the table. And she's just smiling away.
Adric grabs the letter.
Roll me a dex as you attempt to grab it.
Oh.
He kind of fumbles. He knocks over the beer.
Yeah, you do reach for it, right? And you grab it. And she just is smiling at you as she makes no effort or anything like that. She's just seeing what you would do, right? And you have the letter, even though you're kind of like, right?
He is going to flip it open.
Yep.
He's not going to read it all, but he's going to make sure it's from the right person.
Yes. Says, to whom it may concern, because they didn't give a name.
Right.
It says, yes, I'm currently taking visitors. You are welcome to the Farmer Ed's.
It's that boy. Farmer Ed.
Farmer Ed's farm. You are cordially invited. He says, make sure that you bring no weapons. Limited seating is available. If you would like to spend the night here, you may. You could be shown around the brewery if you so wished.
Adric nods to himself, reading over it.
Sounds like a friendly invitation to whom it may concern.
Right. He's going to tuck the letter in. He's going to lean over with his ale. Again, it's still an uncommon.
It was spilled out.
Yeah.
Lass, thank you. I shall remember your services should I need any more messages sent.
She smiles at this and she says, I'll remember. Make sure you send more of your friends.
Adric laughs as he gets up and walks back over to his table.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that these are con artists.
Right.
Of sorts. However, you realize that there's like a hint of danger over there.
Right. But Adric, I mean... at this...
something fell.
Oops, sorry.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, all right.
At this point, Adric's not really concerned. I mean, he doesn't care. He'll keep in mind that they're useful, even though they're con artists, and he knows that this whole city is con artists. I mean, this is the tour, the peddlers coming out by the tour bus trying to sell you the inflated.
The
items.
last thing, trying to take you for the last thing you got. Yep, this is the desert.
So he's gonna be here though, and he's just going to eventually he'll let Shrew and Mudskip know that they have a room together and the other one, and he's got the other room over here.
That's a perfect transition. We head over to Shrew and Mudkip, who are currently talking.
Can we transition to them entering the tavern?
Yes, of course.
Neat.
Can
Okay.
you still not do that? We'll have to look at this.
No, I
I
can
might
see
have
now.
to-
I can see
Okay.
my character.
Okay. Can you access it?
Yep, there we go.
Okay.
I can't access Mudskipper.
No, you shouldn't be able to. It's like, no, that's somebody else. That's somebody
Right.
else entirely. Yep. So we have the group all settling down, right? Who's kind of like, so like, Mudskip's got her hood, right, covering her face, not wanting to be known or anything like that. And of course, the barkeeper is like, "What can I do for you, lad? I am Aura. How can I help you?
Hello, my
Can I
name
get
is.
you anything to drink?"
They'll have more ale, lass, and then that'll be all for now. They'll get you if they want more.
She nods in appreciation. She runs over and gets more ale.
Adric, being a surgeon, I get food for free usually.
Lad, try not to attract any unwanted attention here. As he shakes his head. I've got
As this
you.
bearded, hairy old man says, "Don't attract any attention."
Something wrong with it, Ravenshaven?
Let's just say we don't want to upset our dragonborn friend.
Okay, I will
She
respect
is
this.
silent. Right? She's just got her hood up. She's just trying to be as inconspicuous as possible.
Adric nods to her, noticing that she's making efforts.
I've got 2 rooms for us. You two will be having one, and I'll have the other.
It's very generous of you.
See how Mudskip takes this.
You could either bunk with me or bunk with him. That's the question. Adric
Interesting.
shares that he was thinking the
Do you have a
holy
problem with
servants of
me?
the holy masters would
You know what?
would appreciate
You don't like
light
you don't
company.
like stew.
Then.
She says, she's like, "I'm not staying here. This place is evil."
Lass, it's either here protected or in the desert exposed.
Roll me a persuasion, as she is adamant that maybe the desert might be better.
This is a good point. I've slept here before.
So
I
like
know
she
what it's-
slowly like nods her head. She doesn't seem like she listens to your reasoning, right? And she's kind of like, "Okay, whatever."
Lass, in a hushed tone, lass, I didn't say you couldn't keep watch and stay vigil while you're here.
She like rolls her eyes and shakes her head, and she's like, "This is such an evil place. Terrible, evil."
I'm sure the Holy Master will look over us, as he always does.
Do you say that in this tavern?
Sure.
Are you saying it sneakily? Are you whispering it?
I will whisper it.
Okay. Nobody seems to pay any attention to you. I was like, "Oh, no, the Holy Master will protect us. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it."
I mean, it seemed like a pretty casual thing to say.
I mean, yeah. It is pretty casual.
And that thinking is why Adric is marked insane by the Inquisition.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, everyone thinks the Inquisition is crazy, so...
So Adric is going to drink his beer and retire for the night, and then get up at night to meet with Villaseth. But I've got to run for the night as a player. So
Excellent. So tomorrow or next week we will have a conversation with Adric and Valseth. Shrew, what is Shrew and Mudkip doing? End the scene.
I feel like Shu is going to...
Go ahead and bunk yourselves up. Which room is which?
I don't mind. Whichever.
Let's see who she bunks with. She's got to roll 1d, 1d2. Let's see who she won. 1, it's Shrew. 2, it's Adric.
How many times can you roll one, huh?
Apparently a lot. It's a 50-50 chance. Not comfortable with a crazy, insane guy. She's taking her chances with a doctor.
Almost like it was a good idea that Adric suggested that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you never know. Hey, she's a lady, right? She's the lady, so she decides where she's going to bunk up. So we will see you folks in the next episode. Everybody wave bye.